From the Detroit Free Press, I'm Robin Shan with today's Voice Briefing. It's Wednesday, February 18th, 2026.
From the Detroit Free Press, I'm Dana Afana. Detroit police officials addressed City Council regarding a recent suspension of 2 officers in violation of DPD policies. The officers were said to have aided immigration enforcement officials in the last 2 months, which goes against policy. Assistant Chief Charles Fitzgerald told Council that investigations are pending, but they expect to be completed within 21 days before deciding the fate of the officers. He indicated both the city and DPD have policies against bias-based policing after noticing one of his officers contacted immigration officials for translation services, which is not the typical route. City Council also voted to publicize memos detailing how DPD interacts with ICE and what the city can enforce to protect its residents.
For the Detroit Free Press, I'm Keith Matheny. The number of wild moose in Michigan's Upper Peninsula has languished for years now, and scientists aren't exactly sure why. Moose roamed all of Michigan for thousands of years, but when Europeans came, overhunting, loss of habitat, and disease wiped out moose in Michigan by the late 1890s. An effort in the 1980s to import moose to the western Upper Peninsula from Ontario brought 59 moose, and researchers believed the herd would grow to a sustainable 1,000 animals or so. But decades later, the core UP moose herd has stayed in the 300 to 500 animal range. Suspected reasons include predation from wolves, bears, and other animals, particularly on moose calves, ticks and other parasites and diseases, and motor vehicle accidents. Researchers with the Michigan DNR, the Keweenaw Bay Indian Community, and Northern Michigan University last year began radio collaring and taking samples from western UP moose, a project that was continued this past weekend. They hope to learn more about how the moose move, interact, eat, live, and die to better inform moose management efforts.
I'm Dante Bedingfield for the Detroit Free Press. Detroit Opera is broadening its profile as a presenter with Detroit Opera House Presents, a new initiative designed to bring a wider mix of music, dance, storytelling, and other live events to its historic downtown venue. The series will run alongside the company's acclaimed opera and dance productions and aims to keep the Opera House more fully activated year-round. Additionally, Detroit Opera has secured a $3 million grant from the Fred and Barbara Erb Family Foundation, funding that will bolster day-to-day operations and underwrite a new initiative aimed at broadening the artistic offerings and audience experiences at the Detroit Opera House.
Find more from the Detroit Free Press on Freep.com. That's FREEP.com. Thank you for listening, and you'll hear more from us tomorrow.